So, guys, we are back with more Dead Mountain. Now, you have to bear with us a little bit today because Alice is poorly, but she will, I'm sure, pioneer on through this. I've been looking forward to this so much. Work today was bleh. And then I just literally got in. I just had to take a bath, take some chill time, and then here I am, a bit more chilled out, slightly fluffy, I will admit, but a bit more chilled out and ready for a day of D&D. Yeah, so we had some interesting developments last time. I'm looking forward to Ambly's rundown when she goes live in just a moment. Lots going on for our characters right now. Lots going on. But yeah, how are you guys in chat? Sorry, Conductor came by. Edmund! Ed, thank you so much. 7 months subscription. These really are flying by. God damn. 7 months. Well, I'll tell you what then. With that then, let's go and get the guys.
Hi.
Oh, hi guys.
Hello.
Ed, thank you for the hype, dude. The hype, the sub.
Yeah.
Whoop. Yeah, you can take an advantage for yourself or someone else in the game when we start playing.
Okay, I'll take it then.
I thought as much.
Ali.
I would if
I'm
I
not
were you.
saying this campaign is pay to win, but
Blizzard Entertainment. EA.
what can I say? I learned from the best. Okay, so let's go round. We will end with Ambly because Ambly's going to give us a full recap because she's done lots of studying. Yay!
Shouldn't have told him, Emily.
You've done it now.
Ali, how are you? How's your character doing?
Oh, bloody hell. Hi, guys. Yeah, I'm Ali. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good today. And yeah, for those who are tuning in or whatever, for long-time viewers, I play Dwayne, the Halfling Barbarian. Currently, we have all just had the most near-death experience, I think, to date, almost. Aside from me actually dying, that we have had where we tried to escape from the Dark Army's fortress. We ran through armies, we dodged a giant blue dragon with electric fire breath, got through this portal, and now obviously there's this devil guy who's giving us options, and now we're surrounded by elves. The world seems to be absolutely fucked, and Dwayne is just sort of head is exploding. How the hell are we going to get out of this mess kind of situation? So that's me.
I love asking for a character description and seeing your player so traumatized that they're just like, oh my god, all this stuff happened. Oh, Ali, thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I talk too much. Next person.
Not at all. Ed, dude. So, from talking too much to Ed, how you doing, buddy?
Kick me one down. I'm doing good. Walt is maybe not so fine because he's been tortured for some time. Oops, indeed. The escape might be gnarly, but survived at least. Didn't struck a deal with the devil, but not sure about how the elves feels about orcs, so might be a bad moment to be at a half orc at the moment.
Maybe.
Tee.
And Alice, how are you and how is Rosie?
First of all, I want to apologise for the voice. I've been very ill the last week, so I will be drinking from this a lot. But apart from that, I'm really good. Rosie, I sound like I'm dying so bad. I swear I will.
Not dying.
Rosie's not feeling great. She's been tortured like Volta. She's lost her, I'd say arrow fingers, her archery fingers. And she's, I think, last episode, just pretty much just on a mission to escape. She wasn't really letting anything sink in as to what happened, but she's not great. She's not great, but I think there'll be a new side to her, which will be interesting.
And so then, big build-up. Ambly, how are you? How is Runo? How is the campaign? Because Ambly has proudly proclaimed from the rooftops to us that she's gone back and watched all the episodes. So, I'm on my toes. Don't know about the rest of you guys.
Well, now, yeah. Bear in mind that I did re-listen to the episodes for the amount of I don't know 2 weeks, 1 week. So I do remember a couple of the details and stuff like that. But I'm terrible at sort of pick what's important and what's not important. So I'm probably gonna mess stuff up anyway. But let's go. Let's start with Runo. He is a tiefling druid. He is usually kind of the hippie. Soundtrack. Kind of relaxed and doesn't want to make a big fuss out of things. But recently he has been out of his comfort zone. He has been, backstabbed, kidnapped, tortured, escaped from big drakes. A lot of things that's going on. So right now he does not know what to do. He's freaked out, and we'll see where it goes. So where should I start from?
I only have one little correction to that for you as a player, which may make you worry or may make you change your perception slightly, but where everyone else was tortured, you were experimented on.
Oh, right.
Subtle difference.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. I'll do it game.
Why don't you go from when the guys were knocked out and you were on your own? We'll go from Runo's little adventure, and then...
Alright. Yeah. So, we were in a cave, and everyone managed to get captured except for Runo, because he was afraid and turned into a mouse and ran away and hid like a small child. And saw his friend been dragged away. So we waited a few minutes and went on this crazy Mission Impossible quest where he really stealthily managed to infiltrate the enemy's territory. I think, was it the Dead Mountain or no?
This isn't the Dead Mountain, but it certainly resembles it.
Yeah.
It's another mountain of very similar stature.
Exactly, it's in the Badlands, and as a mouse, he's scattered around the area and tried to locate his friends. He managed to locate Dwale, which was currently locked up in a chamber where she talked to Fodal, and Fodal tried to make plans for a big escape. And Fodal was also, due to his contract, he got a lot of recognition, so that meant the enemies sort of saw him as one of their own. He was even a high-ranked officer of some kind. So he managed to get his way around and sort of gather information, but mostly about the layout of the area and where the weapons were held and what they did to Rosie and Volter. And Rosie and Volter was supposed to be tortured for, I think, at least a couple of days. Like, almost. We never got any, time.
We did briefly.
So I'll just say to Rosie and Volta, it probably felt like several weeks. To Dwale, it probably felt like a week. And to you, Runo, running around doing all the fun stuff, it probably felt like a couple of days. Remember, there is no reference for time at the moment, so time is very relative.
Yes.
Aside from Runo's bed.
Yeah. And in the torture chamber, they met this really unpleasant torturer, which had no distinct features. He was only bald and didn't have any eyebrows and was really creepy, to say the least. And he quickly realized that Bolter wasn't easily tortured and wouldn't speak. So he basically put all his time and effort into making Rosie had a bad time. And he asked about information about the beacon. He wanted to know if Bolter was the beast, and he was most certain that Rosie was the child of gold. So, with us not knowing anything, Rosie got the better of her. He pretty much ruined her leg and removed enough fingers for her to not be an archer anymore. And a lot of other unpleasant things I can imagine. Or probably not imagine, because it's Adam we're talking about. And while this was going on, when the first day, Runa actually just ran around, and as soon as he found Dwayne and was going to find Bolter and Rosie, he encountered a big scary rat and turned into that rat. And it appeared that our old favorite character Steve had a pet rat that was called Ratty! And Runa got captured. And since Runa didn't want to, attract any attention because he's in a bad spot, he decided to lay low. But unfortunately, he got drugged by Steve and couldn't turn back into human. So he was a rat for that amount of time. And he got experimented on a lot. He also lost a couple of fingers and his beautiful, beautiful tail. After a few days, he managed to escape together with Dwayne and Fodel. The same day, Rosie and Bolter were supposed to be escorted to the Dark One, I think it was called, yeah. And well, now they escaped. Basically, long story short, they escaped and met with each other. We encountered the Dark One in sort of a vision, and he was not a pleasant fellow. He was a blue dragon that spit fire and electricity. And in the vision, Rune also encountered the I forgot his name. The wolf, the guiding wolf. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm trying to make the distinction between this session and another session in which.
Okay.
The direwolf, yeah.
Direwolf.
There we go. Which led them through a portal, which scattered everyone around the enemy territory. And after a few battles that lasted for a while, we found each other again, and then we saw from the horizon that drakes were approaching, so we made a run for it. The drakes managed to catch up on us, and we tried to fight them, and got wrecked quite easily. And then 5 more drakes approached us. So the direwolf once again made a portal, which only Runa could see then. So Runa turned around and told everyone that we should really escape, and he pointed towards the portal. But while he did that and turned into a wolf, the drake got the better of him and basically, defeated Runa quite easily. So he was unconscious, but the brave, I can't remember. I think it was Dwayne ran back to help Bruno and just dragged him through the portal, while Bolter ran back to help Fodel get past the portal. Both unconscious, we overcome death, and we stepped up in a forest where we met the dire wolf that turned out to be a top-headed figure, if that's a word, called Raphael, and he offered us a deal if we were to give up our freedom to fight after we defeated the Dark One. We could have power to defeat him to begin with. That was the wrong order. I should have started. Never mind. If that makes sense.
Yeah, we're following. It's all good.
Okay, good. So Walter and Rosie just gave him a no, we're not gonna do it. While Dwayne was a bit maybe no, and Runo gave a maybe yes, and then he disappeared. And after that, Runo realized that he can't control his flames anymore. His hand is just throwing out fire without control. And during this chaos, a group of elves arrived, and they was a bit startled and raised a bow and started to shout, and we started to shout, and it ended with one of the elves firing an arrow towards Runo. And that's where we left it. Did I leave anything?
No, that is perfectly sufficient. Nearly died, ended up in a forest, and now there is an arrow flying towards you, Runo. So if we just set this scene, Runo is by a little river. There are trees all around. This is a heavy, dense forest that Raphael has left our adventurers in. I imagine maybe Volta and Rosie are trying to calm the guards. Perhaps Dwayne tending to Fodel.
Yeah.
As Runo tries to put his... I believe you tried to put your finger back in the stream, didn't you, to put it out? And
yeah. I turned into a dolphin, and that's when they fired.
That was it. It's when you tried to turn into a dolphin that they just opened fire.
Hands. We are as PCA.
Yeah.
Like free willy moment, like.
So,
Yeah.
I think Rosie held her bow ready to fire.
I was going to say, I stood between... I immediately jumped in front of Runo and them, and I had my bow out, even on my little claw.
Yeah, and Dwayne was shouting, "Calm down!" Everyone was screaming and shouting, "Just calm down!"
Calm down!
I think Rosie was quite silent, actually. Like, she literally just fixed them with a stare.
So, Rosie, make me a perception check.
It starts.
Oh yeah, I also forgot the super important thing about the
40.
elves that Dwayne recognized
Mhm.
as
Really does.
her mother's past lover.
Well, he had a penitent noise.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
We can
also a
fucking
big
talk.
thing that I forgot to say.
Yup.
So, you will notice that when the archer looses, he does incline upwards, very obviously to you, perhaps not so obviously to everyone else. It's a warning shot, and the shot flies above Runo.
Okay.
And he sort of says, "Okay, now everyone just calm down."
That's kind of what I've been trying to say, but sure, you're the ones that loosed your arrows on us.
Who are you? What do you want? And I'll put my bow away.
We could
I
say
see.
very much a 5 bows point towards Rosie. We
Hey,
could very
hey,
much say the same.
I go to stand next to Rosie and I'm like, hey, listen the fuck up, alright? We've just been through bloody hell to get here. You don't know what the hell we've been through, so I suggest you put those goddamn bows down right now. We don't want trouble, but we're ready to start it if need be.
And so this
Right?
sergeant is going to stand like squaring right back up to you guys like, "What the bloody hell are you doing bringing dark forces into the forest?"
Also, I
Dark
want to put-
forces? He's a friggin' dolphin!
We told you it's not his fault. He can't stop it. He's currently a dolphin, but
That
he's
is a tiefling.
This guy couldn't hurt a fly. Like, it
yeah, a
could outwit
tiefling
him
and
if it
what?
really wanted to. Like, leave him be.
A tiefling and what? What the hell is your problem, man?
Racist.
I need to say also, to make things even worse, I'm sorry guys, Fodel still got his Stark Army uniform.
Obviously.
He's really hot though. He's still...
Well, it's not conscious. It's
Okay, I
Go
don't
back
like
to
Fodel.
just standing near Fodel. God damn it! I go back to stand at Fiddle. I'm just like, sit there. Shush. You shush, alright?
So I'll say
Frodo is
again,
unconscious.
what are you doing bringing Dark Army forces into the Deepwood Forest?
Oh, that Dark Army Force. You can have that one.
Alright?
Rosie does
Listen
not
up.
like it.
Alright, gonna give you a really quick rundown because I'm fairly sure all of us have tired of shit and we've had enough of just
And they're sort of
things blowing up
sensing,
in our face.
they're sort of sensing that you guys aren't looking for a fight as such, and they're not putting their bows away, but they are lowering them. They're still knocked, but they're not drawn.
Sure. Look,
Rosie
man.
sort of follows suit to show,
Yeah.
you know, she
Respect.
understands what's going on.
Okay, look, I know trust is a bit of in hard supply right now, but we were actually, with the escutcheon, I don't know, I mean, I don't think I am,
Rosie
but...
literally goes, "Duh, duh, duh, duh," and puts her hand over her mouth. I was like,
But...
you don't need to know everything about us. As you are not going to... And she literally looks at Dwell, and she looks quite harshly. She's like, do not tell our life stories to people we don't know.
I'm
pointing
not gonna
at
tell
her.
us!
Just shut up! And then she looks over to the others. She's just like, is there somewhere...
So, how about we resolve this with a little bit of an intimidation check versus a wisdom save?
Oh, she's gonna win. I'm crap at this.
I'm not. Your strength. What am I? What am I doing?
Intimidation, Alice.
Trying.
Yeah, I'm not
Brown.
Go on, roll.
19.
Roll. 19. Ah, shit. Ah, shit.
And so, Dwell, you are cowed. You've not seen Rosie like this before.
Holy shit, okay, fine. Yeah, okay, alright.
She walks over to the elf, like the elves, with her bow lowered, and she holds out her good hand. She doesn't really want them to see the bad hand right now. It's just like, I've lowered my weapons. Lower yours fully.
That's very nice, but I don't understand what you're doing.
Oh my god, these elves are so dumb.
So, what are you? What is it? Some sort of trick? What are you?
No trick. I am done with tricks.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Granted. But
What,
you are
what
being.
did that arrow just signal?
You don't know what a handshake is? You guys ever leave the forest? Ever?
Even with the wrong hand.
Leave
What
the
did
forest.
that arrow signify? Who did you just alert?
It's just a warning shot. Now, if
To-
you don't mind, I'll be asking the questions, aggressive little one.
A
Hey!
good little one, and I'm literally.
And I come over and I'm like, hey, alright? She might be intimidating as fuck, and I'm you can tell that Duella's kind of kept a good foot and a half away from Rosie, but she's still trying to back her up. She's like, hey, alright? You can't talk to her like that. As I said, we've been through fucking hell. And I said we're not here to cause trouble.
And at this point, one of
Calm down,
the
Rosie.
recruits sort of leans in and says, "Lorien, I think they're all right."
Oh, a smart person among your group. How nice.
Also, if
And
you
as you
was-
insult him again, he just, for a second, his hand twitches on his bow, and
Rosie just glares at Dwell like,
Oh my god.
"Be quiet."
Okay, when things have
Fine.
calmed down, Runa is like looking up and turns back into a tiefling.
turns back
Oh
into
my
a
God.
tiefling. Yep.
Signal fire.
Rosie
what
sort
happened?
of steps slowly in front of him, just in case, like the
Yeah,
his hands get a little bit twitchy.
Your
He
finger is
stays
still
really
on fire.
low. Yeah, he stays really low in the water. He's like, I'm not gonna frighten them. And he shouts, Volter,
Yeah.
can I use your glove?
Well, if it works, sure.
And I want to try to put on his like metal armor
Gauntlet.
glove over my hand, basically.
Okay, so as you start putting the glove on, you immediately feel the metal start to warm up.
Okay.
Don't melt my fucking glove.
It's gonna get painful soon.
Oh crap. Alright. Well, that didn't work. And he takes it off again. Like Runa is just tired of this. He's like, alright.
Why don't you just put that flame knife away?
I can't. I don't know what is this is. It's the first time, and I can't make it stop.
He's telling the truth, man. Like, as I said, we're not here to
Oi,
cause
you,
trouble. He
mouthy
can't-
one. Back down, alright?
Oh, what did you just say to me? And I'm just like, alright, fine, whatever. Just take a step back
Shut up,
and just walk
Brady.
away
Not
like,
making the situation better.
fuck you, Volta! Fucking hell.
And he sort of scans you for a second and holds your gaze. He's like, alright, let's say I believe you.
Yeah, and Bruno's also been pretty much eaten up by a drake, so he got bruises and scars over his back, and like he's hurt, and he's extremely not up for anything.
Since you guys do look in a bad way, why don't you come back to our camp? We can keep an eye on you, try and stop you from setting the whole bloody forest on fire.
Alright, like, how big is the flame? Like,
Let's say about 20 centimeters.
You said a foot or something.
Yeah, a little bit shorter than a foot.
like this, approximately.
That'll do. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Okay.
a bread
okay.
knife. There you go.
Bread. Sweet. Runo's just, like, holding his hand, like, trying to not put anything on fire.
There's a woman back at the camp who's been studying magic for, well, probably longer than any of you lot have been born. Maybe she can give you a hand with that.
Yes, please.
We'll give you aid and some food, providing you don't cause any trouble. I'm still suspicious of this whole Dark Army get-up. Where did you guys come from anyway? No one just appears in the middle of the woods.
Apparently we do.
You didn't see the man in the hat.
Yeah. Let's just go to the camp.
Yeah. Rosie sort of like looks at the others almost like, people are gonna think we're crazy, like, don't say anything like that right now. Man in the hat? Woo, like...
Okay, so he turns and the guards sort of make a loose perimeter around you. They're not like boxing you in, but they are keeping to the forest. You're definitely surrounded. And they sort of lead you back to their camp. You guys are walking. You have a chance to have a conversation.
I think Rosie would walk quite quietly, probably more towards the back. Depending on where Runo is, maybe once every now and then check up on Runo, because obviously he's nursing his hand, which is on fire.
Yeah.
But can't really.
I'm as usual at the back.
She probably trails near Volta then. She probably just...
I'm sort
I'm
of,
leaning behind what I see.
Yeah.
I'm sort of like walking, trying to, I guess, just support Vogel, because obviously he's in this fucking armor. Sort of
Isn't he gone unconscious?
No, he's not.
Okay.
No.
We stabilized him. He even got
Yeah.
more HP right now than Runa does.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he got the berries right.
But once I'm my guard's lowered a little bit, and I see that he's not in danger, I kind of drop back a little bit, so that I'm walking kind of in step with Rosie.
Everyone is dropping back.
We don't want to play with fire.
And I kind of walk alongside her, and I sort of go, hey, can I talk to you?
She's like, yeah. What, here now?
I mean, shit's been so crazy. I don't know when the hell we're gonna get another chance. It's nothing serious, you know. I'm not for that emotional shit. Just, are you okay?
No. No, it just keeps walking forward. As in, like, past, looks up towards Runo.
Yeah, Runo's sort of like he holds his hand up really still and tries to like steady it as at the same time he's trying to hold like one the wounds and just like
Rosie goes and as he's holding it, she as much as she's really short, I doubt she'll be much help, but she tries to slide under, like, his shoulder and put, like, an arm around his waist and just try and help him along. Not necessarily, not talking, not making eye contact, or just helping him along.
He gives you a nod. We walk in silence.
I was going to say, I think it's silent, after what's just happened.
Yeah.
And that silence drags out.
Do not make us sit here for an hour just to make that journey in silence.
No, but all those little emotions, all them little worries, all them little thoughts at the back of your mind in this silence are perhaps a little bit amplified.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And so this silence definitely isn't healthy for you guys at the moment as a team. However, soon you are arriving at a small gate, which looks like part of the forest itself, but actually behind it hides a small encampment of elves. There are small tents and caravans, wagons all over, and campfires made in a very haphazard sort of pattern around the forest. Very much this camp is a part of the forest rather than in a clearing or anything. The elves are very much at home here. And Lorien, the leader, sort of looks at Runo and says, "Alright, come with me." He sort of turns to the rest of you and says, "Now, I don't expect any trouble in this camp. The elder will surely greet you in a moment. Until then, just behave yourselves."
Rosie's like, whoa. You can't just take him off on his own. Like, she's very aware these people are thinking Runo, evil, tiefling, or whatever, so...
Okay.
Runa looks at Rose and like...
Alright then, alright. Come on, you can come as well.
Alright, and she sort of helps him.
I don't want any trouble. I just want this to stop. And he shows her, like, the hand.
And so Lorien will take you across to this wagon at the back of the... up against a tree, not close to the entrance, but not too far away. He just knocks 3 times, and the door opens. And inside you can see a young elf, a young lady, sitting and doing some cross-stitch. Yes, come in.
Rosie helps Runo,
Yeah.
I guess, stumble in.
I was told you could help me with this.
Yes, your hand, dear. Yes, of course I can. Just carries on stitching.
Are you going to help us?
Of course, but like all things, you can never have time unless you take your time. And she finishes off her row, puts her needle through the embroidery, and puts her embroidery down. Now then, let's take a look at you.
Alright. Careful. And he,
And she sort of looks and goes, "Oh, consulting with demons, are we?"
What?
What?
He never said demon.
They don't.
What?
What do you... No? I mean,
Well,
not as
only
far as I know.
only a power very similar to your own bloodline, but obviously much stronger, could do this sort of modification to a tiefling such as yourself.
Oh, okay. What happened to me?
It would seem that you have lost control of your flame.
Yeah. Indeed. How do I make it stop, or how do I get back to control?
So the first thing she does is she leans across to a side table and takes some sweets. And she gives one to you and one to Rosie.
Rosie sort of looks at it and she's like,
no offense, but I have learned a hard way not to take food and drinks from strangers or friends.
Now, I assure you that all the time you are in my tent and all the time you are in my camp, you are safe.
Mm-hmm. I hope you don't mind if I save it for later, then.
This is all part of your medicine. Come on.
then why am I having one?
Look at yourself, darling. You look an absolute mess.
Okay, Rosie.
Wow,
I can.
Bunch of happy. Like, she's like.
Okay, fine. I just wanted to stop. Rosie, I take mine first. You wait.
I'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rosie finds a stool and literally like gets on it, and because she's small, shuffles it really loudly across the, and then sits and just watches Runo as he like eats the sweet.
Yeah, I pop it in the mouth.
I say, you two must have had a hard time, haven't you? So distrusting.
Mhm.
Of the elves of all folk.
Yeah. Who would have thought, huh? Sorry, I'm a bit salty.
A bit.
I think we both are for some reason. We're like,
Very.
And she... First of all, she walks across to the side and sort of like hovers over her embroidery, and then turns to the two of you and says, "Tell me, do either of you sew?"
No.
No. My sister tried to get me to, and that was a massive failure.
Oh, you should. It calms the nerves. Something terrible. And she goes across to her bookshelf and starts rifling through the books.
Oh, I have my way to calm my nerves.
Can Rosie see anything change in Runo, like, after eating the sweet, like...
You can do me a medicine check or an insight check.
Okay. 24.
If anything, you see a small smile start to play on Runo's lips, as this is the best sweet that he's ever tasted. And it fills his whole body with a slight warm sensation.
Are you high?
No, but almost as good.
Do you feel any different?
No. A bit better, yeah.
Like, can Rosie tell if this is poison or not? Like, is this just a really happy, clappy, like, sweet that then you keep over at the end?
Not a poison. This is, for all intensive purposes, on a 24 insight check, a sweetie.
10.
Okay, I sort of slowly, like, unwrap it and I look at it and I sort of sniff it and then I lick it. Does it taste of anything?
It smells like lemon sherbet. It tastes like lemon drizzle cake and has the texture of a humbug.
Oh.
Wait, Alex.
This means nothing to me.
Alex.
Yeah?
You do have something so you can actually check if it's poison or not.
I do. That's what I meant by the medicine check, though.
Oh, okay.
Do I have to do that separately, Adam?
No, you can do. You can do that. In future, you have to remember, Alice, that I'm not looking at your character sheet.
Sorry. So technically, I can detect poison or disease. If it's poisonous, I'd like to then use my other spell to purify it. So.
Okay, so when you detect poison or disease, you detect none of them such things in that sweetie. And as you cast this spell, she sort of goes, "Oh, very distrustful."
And she sort of like looks and then sort of just pops it in her mouth and like eats it and is thinking, "Oh, lemon drizzle cake." Everyone loves lemon drizzle cake.
Well, now, what's your name?
My name is Lawenya.
Lawenya?
Lawenya.
Lawenya. All right, I'm just gonna wing it. As a player and as a character.
Some of my old friends used to call me Wendy for short. I wouldn't mind if you
Wendy.
called me Wendy.
Absolutely. Wendy. Nice to meet you. So, what are you doing? What's your craft or something?
Oh, I'm this clan's healer. And she's taken a large book covered in skulls and pentagrams and the most occult book you've ever seen, and she's sitting and flicking through it.
Rosie's just sat there, like looking at her like, this sweet is really good, right? She hasn't had something yummy for a long, long time, so she's just like, like.
Now, tell me, how are the rest of your group? She says as she thumbs through this book. I assume they brought you here for fear of you burning down the fire. That'll be Lorien, who's... Bless him, he intends well. Do the rest of your party need healing?
I think everyone do.
Yeah.
Like, I've suddenly got just literally from this, the help and the taste of this delicious sweet. This woman is suddenly like, yes, ma'am.
And as she's finally, she sort of goes, "That is dead. That is not dead, which can eternal life." No, that's not the right thing. And carries on flicking through the book.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Oh, I'm looking for a nice little ritual that will cure your little hand there. Banishing demons I'm looking for, not summoning. Wrong chapter of the book.
Please don't summon one by accident.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I have been far into the enemy territory. What sort of demon are we dealing with?
Oh, well, to control flame in that manner, it must be one of the founders of the Tieflings.
Do I know this? Adam.
You would know that as a Tiefling you are half human and half demon spawn.
Yeah.
So...
I do have 2 in history.
I haven't do it.
Roll it.
I'm gonna roll it to see if I know the demon. 19!
So this is the old demon, and let me just grab my monster manual.
Obviously.
I don't like that manual.
Oh, but it's so good. Don't worry. There's certain demons aren't in here.
We don't like this manual.
Is that good or bad?
Certain.
Probably bad, everything with
Certain.
Oh yeah, it is.
Closer. Now, which demon exactly it was, I wouldn't be able to tell you his name, for example, but it's almost certainly one of the Balor.
Pardon?
One of the Balor, darling. They're the old fire demons. Hi, NNG,
Alright.
thanks for the cheer.
Alright, rituals, huh? Is that something you do often?
Oh, only when my patron demands it.
Right,
Not normally to demons, I will admit.
well, yeah, same. I usually try to stay away from that.
And she sort of looks at you for a moment over the top of the book. She goes, "Oh. A second person has visited you, haven't they?"
Pardon? A second person?
Yes.
Hey, do you know what it is?
Do I? Oh. Oh dear, I do hope he's alright. You met him here first, didn't you, in the deep wood?
What? The direwolf? The Raphael?
No, not Raphael.
Use the word party as a verb in this
Thanks to the host. Not Raphael. The direwolf is a much older spirit, a spirit of the forest.
Wait, aren't they the same?
Oh dear. I do hope he's okay.
But you speak, but use sentences where you speak. What?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh
It's
dear.
okay. Don't say oh dear.
And
God
she
damn it,
puts the book down and starts pacing. Like, oh, if he's been captured, perhaps we can't sail across to the new lands.
Speak to me. Come on. You can do it.
Rosie's sort of like now at this point, like really confused, but really listening in, just like wow, like because she doesn't know that Bruno's been seeing a direwolf or that it's now like the spirit of the forest and stuff like that. So Rosie's like she's literally shifting her eyes from this elf woman to Bruno, like what?
So tell me, when did you first start receiving visions? Thanks for the cheer, Product Kivri.
It was right before the war started. When I saw the direwolf first.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. She walks over to a table and like picks up a load of wool and just like plonks it off and like spreads out a board that she puts several objects on. She gets some like hair, a little bit of shrub like grass and a few components, sets them on fire and sort of looks into the fire.
I want to look too. Did I see anything in the fire?
Ooh, give me an Arcana check.
Ah, crap. No advantage, I guess.
No advantage.
Okay.
She will say sort of absent-mindedly, we rarely give him a name. We just know him as the protector of the forest. He often takes the form of a wolf.
Oh, the direwolf. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Nat 20 for Rune. Thank you, Isriva. Stream bars.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, the direwolf. This other character, and she sort of looks at you again. He's a much darker influence.
The direwolf? What?
No, not the direwolf. Although it would seem that he's taken his appearance, which concerns me for the wolf's well-being. And she sort of stares into the flames.
So the direwolf is in danger? Or
And
have
she's-
I never met the direwolf?
Oh no, you've certainly met him. I was pretty much there at your first meeting.
What? That was in character. What?
And Rosie literally leans in and is like, oh, the plot thickens. Like,
And she like leans across and like rubs your cheek a little bit and says, "You're not the only one who can shape change, darling."
What?
You didn't see that coming.
I know that. Were you with the direwolf? Were you spying on me? What? Runo has a lot of energy right now.
Wolves always gather when a new member of the pack is initiated.
Rosie's like,
So you part of the direwolf and my pack.
And you'll remember that scene in the forest long ago now, in this misty glade where there was a clearing with a small pool, and wolves gathered all around you, and the dire wolf stood on the rock and spoke to you first about becoming a wolf. She is implying that she was one of those other wolves.
Okay. Yeah. Whoa. Alright. So, if you were sort of a pack, where are the rest?
It doesn't quite work like that. We're not a conventional pack, as it were. We just gather for special occasions. But he spends most of his time protecting the forest and the forest spirits. I imagine that's why he attached himself to... I wonder if you're the reason he left the forest.
What?
Oh, it would be just like him, so noble.
What did I do? What?
He will almost certainly consider you a spirit of the forest, child.
Alright, what?
And as you're...
You're not I'm not following.
And she just sort of pats you on the head like, there. And she palms you another sweet.
I take it.
They're in the jar, dear. They're in the jar. Help yourself. Not too many at once. You'll break your teeth.
Okay, like Rosie just sort of like she pulls the stool over because she short stands on the stool and is like,
Okay. Spirit. So the direwolf, was a protector of the forest. He had a pack, and you were there and witnessing everything. Then you guys disappeared. I can turn into animals. Now he's gone because of me. Did I get that?
Yep. Potentially.
Alright, great.
Potentially. She wonders. She speculates.
Alright.
And as you sort of consider, the flames die down on her little sconce that she's made, and she goes, most interesting looking at the hot ashes.
I want to look at it.
She says, you two will be pivotal in the coming months.
What now?
Oh. Oh my, you are important. We'll have to show you the prophecies.
More prophecies? Like, what? Can I give away the title? Like, there was some cool elves that brought me here. I'm sure they would love to see the prophecy.
Oh, no.
Rosie's like, do you mean me as well?
Why is it?
Of course she does.
Never find my paperwork.
Let's part.
You're the champion of light, aren't you?
What? Like, this is sort of like,
Cravinator, thanks for the follow. Alice, what's happened with the pink notebook?
look near the sofa. Hildy is playing with it.
She looks so proud of herself. She's so proud. She went from shock to I know where it is.
Yeah. No, the thought process there was.
You can
great,
see.
Alex.
It was just like she just went. She went. Where's
My
it?
brain is
Look
so
near the
fluffed
sofa.
after being ill for the week. Like simple processes and memories. I'm like, oh, I did it.
That was hilarious. I just want to gift that. Just sort of like
Realization.
and it's not even, it's like shock to smugness, like to, I know what it is.
I gotcha.
Look by the sofa.
And as she finishes saying that you'll be most important, that we should show you the prophecies, suddenly her eyes roll back into the top of her head, and she sort of wavers on the spot for a second.
Rosie runs to grab her, like if she's gonna fall.
She's not gonna fall. She's not gonna fall.
Okay, so then Rosie stands there really awkwardly, like.
And in a sonorous tone, she suddenly almost booms like she's on a stage. The Whisperer illuminates the black moon.
Rosie
The
backs
hammer
off.
must break and be remade. The child projects the light.
Oh, Ali.
The champion stands on top of the world and brings the Lord of Light.
Yeah, Rosie sort of looks up at her. You all right there?
And her eyes sort of come back and she's like, oh, excuse me, I don't know what came over me.
Huh?
Like, Rosie is, like, catatonic. Like.
I'm kidding. Got it.
Thank you for the
Whisperer,
donation,
hammer.
Isriva, for good things.
Huzzah!
Oh,
More
thank
sweets?
you. I love you, Isra. Thank you.
So since you guys are pretty banged up, I think we can use that pretty much immediately for some healing. And maybe a little more. She's going to scoop out the ashes that she just used for this scrying. And she's going to turn to Runo and say, come on then, whip your top off.
Pardon?
Rosie just goes and covers her
Come on,
eyes. And
don't
turns
mess
around,
about, don't
like,
mess about. You've clearly been mauled by a drake.
Like, I can go outside.
Like, what do you...
Like, all of your bruising and cuts. She's basically telling you to remove her top so she can treat you.
Well,
Rosie
I am
turns around, like.
I am a dude, so
Mhm.
I guess I can just like carefully, without burning my clothes, I guess, trying to remove it.
Mhm.
At least the top, because I'm a guy and I can do that. Freedom.
And she quite roughly rubs this ashy paste on you, and it burns intensely.
Ow!
Oh, don't be such a baby. Come on. Suck on your sweetie. And she just like rubs it.
Rosie literally goes to the jar and offers her another one. Offers Runo another one. Like,
I'm a grown-up man. I don't need this. And you can see like a small tear going.
And as she does this, the burning sensation lasts long after her hands leave your body. And she says, now leave your top off for at least a few minutes for it to set in.
Alright, okay. I can do this.
And now put your hand in this jar.
What is in that jar?
On the table, she has laid out, whilst you were still squirming after she had rubbed you with this paste, she's laid out a small occult symbol with a jar laying on its side in the centre, and surrounding the jar is some holly leaves.
Rosie's like, whoa,
Does
whoa.
it look gross?
Like, what happens if he puts the hand in the jar, like seeing all the symbols and stuff? She's like, the sweets were fine, but this is something different.
Don't be silly, don't be silly. Come on.
Okay, Runa slowly, like, carefully puts the hand there.
And she she lifts a stick from underneath the bench. It's a long stick, about 3 feet long. Sort of more a wand than a staff, but she uses it as a club and just smashes the jar with your hand inside it. And as you jump back and take your hand away, your hand is fine and the flame is gone.
Rosie's like in awe. She's like, and she grabs Runo's hand and is looking at it like.
I tried to grab it back. What? You did it! The flame is gone! Thank you! Well...
Is it cured or is it just moved to flame? It's the question.
Yeah, can I... Like, is it, can I use my flame again, or will the same thing happen?
Well, I think the best thing to do would be to try it, don't you think?
Do you think that?
Well, I wouldn't have suggested it if I didn't mean it, darling.
But
Rosie
fair
backs
enough.
off.
Fair point. I try to lit, like, the small flame that I usually use to lit my pipe.
and your finger lights up like a Zippo lighter.
Maro, put it out.
Rosie even does like a little. like a little
I put it out.
Now she looks at Rosie and says, I'm afraid there's not much I can do for your fingers.
Rosie sort of slumps a little bit. I think she
Rosie,
half
Rosie.
expected that, but at the same time, I was like, that's fine.
Rosie, high five, and I put my hand with my lost fingers, like.
Rosie's like, and she turns and leaves the carriage, like.
I
she
high
just
five
out.
it myself.
I left you hanging.
And she calls out after you as you leave. I said, I don't think I can do anything about it, but seek out Lorena. She'll be able to sort something out.
Sort of like Rosie rushes back in. It's almost like, I know she's short, but grabs, like, it's like, what do you mean sort it out? Like, I can have my fingers back?
No, child, no. But she can certainly teach you how to use the bow with the other hand.
And Rosie's sort of like, okay, thank you. And sort of turns around and leaves.
Thank you.
Yes, now go and get the rest of your friends. Oh, no, I better tell him. Send Lorien to me. Go and get the rest of your friends and get them here so I can treat them.
Yeah, they'll probably also want to hear about the prophecy.
Prophecy?
Yeah,
And she just sort of
prophecy.
looks at you puzzled for a second.
The one you told us?
I
Oh,
don't think she remembers.
oh. One of those. You are special indeed, you two.
Excuse.
Well, go on then. Off you trot.
No, what? No.
And she puts another sweetie in your hand and just sort of like shoos you out the cabin. Like, go and get your friends. Come on.
Like, as you push, like, I'm assuming Rosie's in front, you push out, she sort of reaches back for, like, please another sweet. Like, literally reaches back, like, can I have another one?
Like a little child.
Wait.
Like a child.
You just started to scream the prophecy in our face, and you don't remember it.
Go on. Go and get your friends now.
You're ignoring me, and
And
that's very rude. And he walks away.
I suggest that you don't go shouting about things that might not be for others' ears.
I know, Eddie.
If nothing else, this session I've brought out the teenager in Runo. Brilliant.
Yeah. And it's tiny Rosie.
Rosie does, like, yeah, you made me even younger. Rosie sort of does a really awkward, like looking at the sweet at the same time, like, curtsy, off you go, and trots off. But she sort of leaves away from people. She sort of wants to be on her own for a bit.
By the way, did anyone notice when the tiefling just stamped out of there? Like, I know! Just angry.
Followed by a halfling, like, got my sweet.
Lorien would have noticed, and he would walk up, and after a close, they'll put their heads close together and talk for a moment, and then he will sort of march after. I assume Runo's going back to get his friends, so
Yeah.
he will march after Rosie and be like, "Now, Lorena, I'm supposed to take you to, right?"
Okay, like she says, like, sucking on her sweet at the same time, like, okay. It would be appreciated. And then she sort of looks down at her hand, she's like, just anything.
Happens to be Wendy's sister. Very similar names.
It seems so.
She's probably one of the oldest in the village, you know.
How old?
Oh, how long we've been tracking now? Wendy must be coming on for 700, 800 years?
Wow.
Is that even possible to live that long?
For an elf, I've heard of these things.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
They
Take
say in the old lands we used to be immortal. I think Wendy's probably, and her sister Lorena, are probably the closest we get to that now.
They're still alive, so...
Anyway, come on. And he sort of grabs Rosie by the hand and starts walking her over to Lorena, very much treating you like a child.
Yeah. She's sort of like in front of Sweet, she seems to become a child, but after the Sweet is gone, so now she's a bit like not quite as chirpy as she was.
So, Ed, Fodel, and Dwayne, you're greeted by a much older looking woman.
Mm-hmm.
Still elf.
Still an elf, yeah. And she sort of comes up to you, hobbling across on a stick, and says, "So I hear you've been through some tribulation recently. Come, sit at my fire, share my wine." And she just starts walking away.
Or I can go for something to drink. Follow after.
And I sort of just
Sleep
give
only.
Fodel another once over and just go, "Are you sure you're all right? Do you want to sit down at all?"
Fodel's just like, "Yeah, I think I'm alright, yeah."
Right, okay. Let's go see what this old woman wants, I suppose. Also, question, Scrat. I was going to ask earlier, who's the elf that has the locket?
Nah. That would have been the younger looking elf that chimed in to your aid. The clever
Bastard.
one.
I was going to say, okay, alright. Alright, I'm going to get him later. Okay. Yeah, I guess I follow after the old lady somewhat begrudgingly.
And when you round the corner, she is sitting on a log around a fire, and she has indeed got I've forgotten the word for them. Clay pot of wine. It's gone. Oh, it's gonna bug me. Anyway, she holds out a clay jar,
Okay.
and some rough-hewn clay cups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's one for everyone.
I sort of take it, but I don't drink it. I just hold it, I place it on my lap while I just sort of sit straight backed, sort of stare her down.
You're staring her down.
Well, I'm just giving her a long stare because I'm not comfortable at all, and we've all just been through hell, so I'm just, not enjoying it.
And she seems quite comfortable in this silence which you are so uncomfortable in. And she's sort of sitting there with a smile on her face, and every few moments she takes a sip of her wine.
So, what do you want us for?
Isn't the wine delightful?
No, I've not tried it. What do you want us for?
Oh, No. I often find that just taking your time a little really soothes the soul. It's definitely something that the human, halfling, even the Orcan race, she says, looking over at Volta, could most certainly benefit from.
I don't think time's a luxury that we can afford right now. Can you just answer my question? Why are we here? Why did you want to speak to us?
And
I
she...
swept the first glass, whatever you want to call it.
You swept it?
Yeah.
What, you mean you drank it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was imagining with a broom,
Yeah. So,
It's a Swedish word. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I was confused for a second, but international barrier. Okay, it's cool. So she sort of looks across and she pours you some more wine and says, I didn't really want to talk to you at all. I've just invited you to my fire to share my wine. Now, why you are here, that I think is a much deeper question. Perhaps a good part of the reason might be to remember why we fight for the things we fight for.
Okay. And
How long have you been dead?
I am so sorry. What, do you want to say that one again?
And she just like takes another sip, just looking at you.
And I sort of, my eyes dart nervously over to Fodel. I'm like, a while.
Well, I wouldn't worry. He's besotted with you. Look at his little puppy face. And Fodel's just like, eh?
I'm suddenly my cheeks go fucking bright red, and I suddenly consider the wine in front of me, and I'm like, okay, right. Why did you ask about my current state of living?
And she just sort of shrugs, sits back, takes another sip of wine.
Oh my god. Great. Okay, I sort of, after staring at it for a long time, I begrudgingly take a sip of the wine.
And as Volta will have already have noticed, the wine is full-bodied, rich, and kind of a little sweet. Not Ribena sweet, but just a little bit of sweetness that would almost please any palate.
Okay. Sort of.
She's a good wine.
Okay. God damn it, how do people do this stupid nice thing? Can I be fixed?
And she sort of takes a long pause, almost stops with the cup nearly to her lips and looks at you for a long while and says, I don't think it's you that needs to be fixed. But Wendy would know more of these things than I.
I don't understand. Magic shit is so complicated. This is why I don't do magic. This is... Okay. Well, I'll have to seek out your sister, I guess.
Oh no, I'm not Lorenia. I'm just an old woman.
Oh god, sorry. Elves are all tall and...
We all look the same to you?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with a lot of different faces around me, but not so many in one place. But I've got to admit, and I sort of look around, and in a weird way, even though I'm still slightly on edge, my shoulders slump a little bit in sort of relaxation. I sort of go, it is nice to be back here in the woods.
Yes, take your time, enjoy it. And she stands up to leave just as Runo appears.
What?
Oh, you fixed your hand. Are you alright?
Yeah, I fixed it. Like, what am I doing here?
Great. Okay. How's Rosie? Is Rosie alright?
Where is Rosie is the question.
She went to some person and was supposed to be taught archery with her other hand.
Okay. I just...
So,
God damn it. Okay. And I kind of get to my feet and say to the old woman, I just kind of quickly turn and say, hi. Oh god, okay, nice. Okay, one more question, please.
Certainly, take your time.
One of the guys who almost shot us earlier had like a necklace. Do you know where he is?
Oh, he'll be around.
Around.
Take your time. He'll come to you.
And I just sort of sit back on the log like, God damn elves, this is so cryptic. I don't say anything straight away. Alright. And I sort of sip my wine begrudgingly.
oh, I'm Bruno. Nice to meet you. Who are you?
I am the elder.
The elder. All right.
Is that a name or a title?
To be honest, it's been my title for about 300 years, and now they're sort of one and the same.
All right. So, what do you do for a living?
You other races so competitive, everyone having to justify their position. I suppose I do this and that. I look after the children when they need to be looked after, and the visiting children like yourselves.
Children. All right.
Oh, darling, how old are you?
30 something. I stopped counting after I turned 30.
Oh. She just sort of like chuckles, and it becomes like quite a big laugh, and she just starts walking away. Like,
Alright, great.
she just laughs her way out of this conversation. Like,
Okay, bye. People are really rude here.
They are, aren't they? And they're so cryptic. Like, why can't you say anything straightforward? What's their
Oh,
deal?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know? God.
Gosh,
I assume it's to do with their age, so to speak. Maybe I don't know. I never been there before.
they are really chilled out, to be fair. But
What I call them.
I
Coming
can
from you,
imagine
that's-
if you live like 700 years. I live only about 80 or something, and that's long.
I'm surprised I lived this long.
Fair
There's
enough.
the positivity for you.
Fair
I'm,
enough.
I'm not going to mention about living, to be honest. I'm just sort of taking a swig of my wine. God damn it.
at this point, Fodal sort of leans over, groaning, holding his side.
Oh God. Oh my God, is it your side? Is it opened? Is your wound alright? Oh shit. Okay.
Is it fine?
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll be alright.
No, it's not fine. No, shut up. It's not fine. And I sort of look to Rune. I'm like, can you again? I
Yeah,
swear. to
if
God,
you
I
if
think
you
his
just
wound-
be quiet, I can do it. No, it's fine. I'm joking, and I sort of give you a pat on the head, like it's fine.
And I even though I pretend not to like it, but being patted on the head, I just kind of go.
Feels like
Oh, you like that? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think I've already cast healing spell on him, so I don't think. Yeah, I've already sort of done what I could. And I don't
Okay.
think I can do any more for him. We should go and get the healer again.
Right.
For
Okay.
sure.
What's her name? Oh, I need to ask about her name again because I can't remember because I'm too incompetent.
That old lady elf person mentioned Wendy
Wendy, yeah.
Yeah.
is that okay? Do you know where Wendy is? I'll go get her, and then if you want to stay with Fodal, and then he's gonna be okay, yeah.
Adam, quick question. Wendy, was that the lady I talked to?
Yes,
Yep.
that was the
Yeah.
woman who instructed you to bring your friends to her for healing.
Yes.
Just quickly putting out the objective again in case anyone has forgotten.
No, the thing is, I know something was up, and I just couldn't like. Yeah, that wasn't the lady, but I you know,
Bruno gets distracted.
I
Yeah.
get distracted very.
It's
Too much
his
fight.
first time in the forest for a long time.
Yeah, like just so you know, I got big plans for Uno when we have sorted this out.
The first time in the
Big
forest.
plans.
Big plans by smoking his pipe, taking a nap, and eat.
Take a nap.
Yeah, he will take a nap
You take-
under a tree and smell the flowers.
Okay.
But
Or smell the
It-
pipe.
Well,
right
make
now?
no,
Oh, you're healed.
like
Kind of.
after this, objective A. Talk to the NPC about the next. Sorry. All right.
Hey, get your heels, friend.
Yeah. All right, guys. I know where to go, and we're not gonna stop to take a wine with some random old ladies. All right.
It was
any-
pretty good wine, actually.
Oh yeah, I got a good sweet.
What?
The
Where'd you
first
get
one
that
there,
from?
tasted
I want a
like-
sweet. Hey,
He pops it in the mouth. All right.
damn it.
Follow me.
Okay. I sort of loop one arm of Fodal's over mine. I'm like, come on, And even it's really dumb because I'm trying to be supportive, but I'm short as shit. So he's just kind of
If anything, you're dragging him down. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, no, I know.
Okay, Runo helps Fodal, like
There we go.
a real friend.
And I'm just like fluttering.
And he sort of looks
Yeah.
at you and says, Thanks, Fodal. Bruno?
Oh god, he's worse than we thought.
I thought there was but it's just
He's worse than
added
we
to bad with
Yeah, no, that's me. That's just me being bad with names. As
Yeah, I thought it
No,
was.
I know. I'm
Ali, Ali, Ali.
okay.
All right, I will show you the way, and I show them the way.
Oh no. Oh, no.
What have you done?
No, what have you done?
What have you done?
We're gonna skip past this.
Okay. I'll knock on the thing again.
It's open. She's like, come on, come in.
I'm
I'm
back.
I'm more or less trying to throw Fodal in the room, like, get in there, get healed.
Yeah. This is my friend Fodal. He's in bad shape.
And
Aren't we all?
she sort of walks and goes, shh. Takes Fodal from you and puts him in a seat. And she's like, come on, the other two of you, come and sit down, and you go and find yourself some refreshment or something. Go on, go and enjoy yourself.
Okay, but I'm gonna come back when I got time. Just because I'm really busy right now, and he goes out and have a smoke.
You can find time down in the herb garden with all the other herbs.
Yes, please.
Boink.
He sort of limbers there, like, yes.
Yeah, I just kind of, I want to say like the mother hen analogy is great right now because I'm just sort of fretting over Fodal. Like, are you okay? Is it hurting? Is it?
As
gotten
you go
worse?
towards him, she literally just sort of takes you by the shoulders and just sits you down and goes, here you go, here's a sweetie.
Oh.
I
I
think
sort
that
of
was
unwrap it. I sort of unwrap it and I put it in my belt. And this thing, because I mean, I've grown up sort of in the forest, so sweets aren't really a thing for me. So I sort of put it in my mouth. I'm like, holy shit! And I'm just there, like slumped in the seat, like, oh.
And she also gives a sweetie to Volta and Fodal.
I'm gonna bite it because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, okay, and when you crunch into it, it's a strange sensation. It sort of changes its texture. It goes from a hard shell to a soft goo.
Ooh.
And everyone in the party is now drugged.
Yep.
And she sort of like takes this paste from her bench and just starts. She goes to Dwayne. Come on, Dwayne, help me get a stop off.
What?
Come on.
Wow.
Okay, I'm just gonna ignore the fact that you know my name, and, how about
Yes,
Volta do it?
yes. Dwayne, Fodal, Volta, I know all your names. Come on, help me get a stop off.
Volta, he's, tall. He's got strong arms. Great, yeah.
And she just starts laughing as she starts undressing him for her.
Okay! This sucks.
And, yeah, she smears this paste on, and Fodal's much more of a baby than Runo, and he, like, really cries out, and, like, she literally just chastises him like you would a child. Like, shh, come on, whip the plaster off quickly, it'll be fine.
There are plasters in this one?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Poultice.
Yeah,
Whip
just-
the poultice off quickly.
I'm just like this for the entire duration, like.
And then,
Please roll how red you are in your face right now.
yeah.
I don't need to roll to know that I scored a nat 20 on that. I am tomato.
Wouldn't you roll that one, brother?
You're
Yeah.
right, Ed.
Yeah,
You're right.
it's like how you stay your cool.
Oh, alright then. I roll on that one. I'm a bloody tomato.
Yeah, so you're
I
like
am
red on a red thing. And she basically says, so, you've been dead now for...
Oh, shit.
Sore point.
And she sort of takes out a, she takes a sextus.
A what?
A sextus. Just pops out the window, aligns it to a North Star, and goes, ooh, nearly a whole cycle you've been dead now.
A whole... What do you mean a whole cycle?
Bone cycle?
A whole month?
Well, yes.
Shit.
I thought it was longer,
Oh
actually.
my god. Okay. I sort of just... Yeah, well, you know, I'm dead, so... It's gonna score me a lot of brownie points in the future, isn't it?
Well, some might say you've got the hard bit out of the way.
It wasn't exactly very fun.
And she's like, "Oh, don't pout, darling. It doesn't suit you." Turns around, picks up another book, and starts reading.
Yeah.
I love
Flustered.
Wendy so much.
Flustered is the best word for Doyle, right? And she's just...
In your frustration,
Haha.
I love that.
The pun! The pun!
in your frustration, she says, "What on earth will Fodor think of you?"
I don't know. It doesn't really matter, you know. I mean, he's, you know, ill and injured, and yeah, tall, very tall, and yeah.
You
Fine.
called that tall?
Shouldn't he have heard that?
Oh yeah, he has. He's just sitting there very quietly with a flannel on his head, but his face is very, very still.
Yeah. Why are we talking about this? Okay, let's yeah. Yep.
It got better when you went into the Badlands, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
And then got worse again when you came here?
I don't know, I've not tried. I mean,
Oh, you healed?
the last time I tried, I thought I was... I've got to admit, I thought I wasn't dead anymore, because I was bleeding and I could feel pain, you know, but... And then I just healed right back up whenever I got a cut, like some freak thing, you know? This magic shit is so confusing. I don't get it.
Well, I'm afraid I can't really do much about that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought you were going to say. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just help my friends here and... Doesn't
It's
matter.
something you're going to have to do.
What?
It's all this... Everything in life is just a point on the balance, a tip of the scale.
What? Can you... What is with you elves and being so cryptic? Can you just tell me something straightforward? I don't get this.
And she sort of like tuts and gets down on your level like, "Oh,
Are you getting away to... I swear to God.
here's another sweetie."
Oh! Stuff it in. But I'm just sort of glaring indignantly, like...
The city of light ruled the land. Everything was fine.
Are you telling me a story right now? What are you doing?
And she is pretty much, she's got that sing-song voice on.
I'm not 5.
You are in my ears, darling. No, I appreciate that. I shouldn't teach you like a child, but to be honest, you shouldn't act like one.
Burn!
If Rosie was in there, she would have just...
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Also lifts an eyebrow.
Dwayne is now fucking silent. She's just stood there like...
When
Okay.
the city of light stood true, everything was fine. Now the city of light has fallen. And she looks at you as if you can finish off the rhyme.
And now we're all gonna die?
Well, that's a bit darker than the original verse, but it amounts to the same thing.
My mother didn't teach me these things. I don't know.
You are now getting better when you go to the Badlands?
Yes. So,
I fear this will take a great sacrifice to reverse the effects on both the land and on you. And she looks across to Volta for a second, and she looks at Volta almost as though it's a knowing look between adults, as if Dwayne was a child, and she looks towards him and just sort of says, "You're going to have to support her.
Well, I didn't hear what you said, Scrat.
You're going to have to support her."
Support me? Oh my god, have I not sacrificed enough on this stupid journey? What the fuck have I got to get rid of now?
I shall do my best.
Volta said, okay.
Sacrificing it is.
I don't understand. What more do you want from me?
Oh, I don't want anything, darling. Like I said, don't pout. Stop. Take that worried look off your face.
I'm not pouting, for God's sake.
Here's another sweetie.
No, fuck off with your stupid sweets.
Damn, I should have pouted more.
It's just... Never mind. Doesn't matter.
And we will pan across in that awkward little moment to Rosie, who is taken to Lorenia. Lorenia is sitting, fletching arrows.
Okay. Can I just walk up? Him or her?
Her, it's Wendy's sister.
Okay. Oh yes, of course. Sorry. Rosie sort of nervously almost shuffles over, and she's just like, "I was sent here by your sister."
And she sort of looks up at you, and she's like, "Oh, really? What's that then?"
It's almost like she can't say it, but like she lifts up her hand to show like no
Ah,
fingers.
okay.
And she's like,
Okay, you're one of those. Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah, we used to get a lot of them about 400, 500 years ago.
Sorry, what?
Well, all the
What,
elves
people
are archers.
with three
No,
fingers?
no. All the elves are archers, so how do you beat the elves? You take their fingers. We invented that cuss, you know, that sign language. We invented that.
Oh. So there's something I can do about this.
Well, yeah, you're not
'Cause
going to be able to use that hand anymore, but yeah.
Because I'm nothing without this. This is all I'm good at.
Oh. And she sort of like looks at you and she's like, oh, bless you. Right, sit down.
Rosie does immediately. Like, this woman can help.
You're going to have to learn to aim with your other hand.
How do I grip? Like, I feel like there's no...
Don't worry about... We'll get to that in a minute. You're going to have to learn to aim with your other hand. And I've got a glove that you can put on the other hand with a little device on it. Now, she decides to show you rather than try to explain. And basically, she pulls out this glove that has a small hook in the palm.
Okay.
And this hook has like a trigger that sits under your smaller fingers, or your thumb even. It sits under your thumb. So you can essentially hook the string, pull back, and click with your thumb to release the bow.
So would I still be same-handed then?
Yes, you would actually.
Like, Rosie, is she holding the glove out to Rosie, or...?
Not this one. This one's far too big for you.
Yeah. But can she see a glove, basically?
Oh, is there one for her? No, she'll have to have...
No, not for her, as in, like, is it in front of her? Can she...
She's showing it to you. She's explaining how it
Okay,
works.
so can she sort of reach up and take it and just have a look?
Yeah, help yourself.
So she's sort of looking it over, she's like... And this will help me shoot again.
Well, look. You hold the bow with your normal hand.
Right.
The
so
only
she sort
thing
of
you're
takes a bow and...
going to have to learn to do is aim with your palm rather than your fingers. You can't point to shoot anymore.
How the hell do you aim with your palm?
Same way as you did with your fingers, darling. You're going to have to practice.
Okay. Well, let's do it then.
Alright. And she hands you some hide.
Okay, and Rosie looks at her like, thank you? Like,
Well, here's a knife.
okay. Will you show me how?
I'll show you the tricky bits, but surely you can make leather out of hide.
I can. I normally watched others do it. I've never done it myself.
So she'll take you over to a place where you can string the hide up and begin to scrape it back to leather.
Yeah.
And she'll just show you the basic technique and...
Rosie will take over, basically.
Mhm.
She's really interested, actually. She's, she's asking questions the entire time.
And so she's giving you all these little tidbits like, well, you see, we have to keep the leather nice and thick because we've got a Hauser mechanism inside it. We'll be using a double layer on the palm, and one of our blacksmiths is making you a little trigger device right now.
That's amazing. Like, thank you. I don't know why you're doing this, but thank you.
Well, when the chat donates £5, I've got to come up with something.
Oh, crafty little elves.
Elves know everything. No, but she says, from one archer to another, it'd be a terrible thing. I'm still glad I got my fingers despite all the wars.
I didn't really lose mine in a war. If I lost it in war, I'd expect to lose it in battle. I was not in battle.
Alright.
But anyway.
No, go on. You want to talk? Talk.
I don't know if I want to talk. Like,
You started talking. Why'd you start talking if you don't want to talk? And you'll sort of notice that this elf of all the elves actually talks a little faster and more flippantly, where everyone else is slow and riddly. This elf is really talking to you quite plainly.
More direct.
well, I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't fight back. I couldn't defend myself. It felt useless.
Alright, so you gave up then, did you?
I wouldn't say I gave up.
Why then? You fought back then, didn't you? It's
Not
one or
during
the other.
process.
Well,
The actual process, I couldn't do anything. They just took them.
look. All warriors go through a hazing at some point. And this event, you didn't give up. You kept fighting. And I tell you, champions aren't the ones who fight and keep winning. Champions are the ones who lose and keep fighting.
Rosie sort of twitches because she's heard that before. Like, but she's like, okay. You're right. Every time I fall, I'll get back up.
That's the spirit.
Right, okay, so how am I making this glove again?
And she'll go back into her little tutorial with you, and we'll pan back round to this small hut where Wendy has turned around, seemingly ignoring you again. She's humming and making poultices and liquids, and every now and again she'll turn around and be like, "Drink this. Come on, drink up. And she'll like start tipping the cup up to Fodel, who is protesting. And he's like, "No, I don't want to. And she's like, "Come, don't be a baby." And just starts like forcing it down his mouth. And she looks across all of you and goes, "You have hard times ahead."
We had hard times behind us as well, so what's the difference?
And she sort of looks at Volta for a second and says, "I suppose you've only really known this constant battle, haven't you?"
Well, taking as a young child, really, that's all I know.
And she sort of looks and says, "Tell me, is violence your answer for every problem?"
Actually, I don't know. I never tried anything else.
And she just sort of nods, as if she's got to where she wanted to get to in that little conversation. And then, without much further ado, she's like, "Right, okay, off you trot.
That's it.
Yep, you're all healed."
You haven't even touched Volta.
Oh, Volta's fine. Look at him, big sturdy lad.
I don't feel that. Okay, dude.
And I sort of look at Volta and I'm like, You're sure you're okay?
Oh, it's okay, but...
And since all of you have been with her and eaten her sweets and received her treatment, you are now all back to full health.
Yay.
Okay.
Spell slots restored as if you've had a long rest.
Nice.
Okay. And I sort of look back at her and say, shit. How do people do this? Thank you. Miss Wendy, was it?
And
Thank
she
you.
leans across and pulls your cheek and says, "Oh,
Ah,
well done."
Hey, okay, yes,
Now
great.
go on, go and find a fireplace and enjoy yourself.
I-
Go on, shoo.
I'm just defeated, and I just I just walk out. I'm just like, I can't deal with this. I'm just defeated. Just walk me down.
You sure did.
On your way out, you will recognize a book on the bookshelf. A thick, heavy-set book covered in occult symbols, which you once hastily tried to work out in a hut long, long ago.
Shit. I stop and sort of.
I bump into her.
Walter lands on Dwell. Like it's still Dwell.
No. I'm not that poor balanced.
And I immediately, my hand fucking shoots out of that book. I'm like, that there. What's that? What is
And
that?
her hand comes across the spine of the book to stop you drawing. It says, "That one's not for you. Go on, off you trot."
No, you're not pushing me up because that. I need to know what that is, okay? Because that is the reason I am like this. So yes, it is. Don't give me that cryptic bullshit, please.
You're
I
close to being right, but you're ever so slightly wrong. Now, listen. I promise to you that the secrets that you want from this book, the secrets you truly want, will be revealed before you leave, but this is not the time. Go and enjoy yourself at the fireplace now.
I'm not leaving this camp until I get answers from that book, okay?
And
from... Never mind.
And once again, she sort of gets down to 11 and says, "Don't worry, darling, it'll be okay."
She's like a very good old woman.
I'm like,
Adam, you would be a great grandmother.
you would be a great grandmother. You know when you pick up a cat and the cat doesn't really like it, but the cat can't do anything about it, so the cat's kind of flailing in fear.
Oh, ours just sort of slumps, damn it.
Yeah, I was just like, oh crap.
No, the cat's flailing in fear when you pick up the cat. That's Dwell. When she gets down to 12, she's just like, "Oh, okay, great, okay, fine." And I sort of cast one very long glance at that book, and then I sort of leave the hut.
Come on, Vale, let's find a fire.
Walter is off.
So it is going to take some time for the glove to be made. You've got at least another day with these guys. So that she recommends at the end of a day of working on it that you go and sit at the fire with your friends and enjoy yourselves.
Okay.
You can find Runa lying under a tree. Just he's sleeping. You haven't had a good rest for a while. He's just sleeping.
Rosie wanders over. I'm assuming there's food or something can she grab some food and then go to sit?
And with the
Not
sun...
on her own, but further away, because she's still... I mean, she doesn't even know if this glove is going to work.
And
So-
with the sun gone and everything, the meals you prepare are very much fungi. Fungi, mosses, edible roots, those sort of meals. The summer crops that you might have expected this time of year, obviously not to be found.
Okay. She thanks the person who, she gets it off of and wanders over and finds... Not away from camp, but she's just not round the fire. She's sat sort of distantly on her own. Probably checking over every now and then, because Bruno is snoring. So...
Oh, with the smell of food, Runa's probably like, this is only a short nap, like only
okay.
an hour or so. So by dinner, he's like, oh, dinner, and wakes up and eats a lot. He's tired of like rat food for the last couple of days or a week, and he goes and sits next to you.
Okay. Rosie sits silently, almost like not acknowledging that he's there. Like she's just staring at her food and eating it slowly. In fact, she's not even eating it. She's like picking up the spoon and just like pouring it and watching it pour back into the bowl.
I'm waiting for Volter and Dwayne. What are you guys doing?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought there was a moment for you guys.
Oh
okay.
no, we don't have a moment.
No,
Okay.
we are simple folk.
No moment, no problem. Okay. Ed, what are you?
I'm getting food as well, I guess. But seeing that Rosie wants to sit by herself, I'm guessing I'm gonna sit somewhere else.
Okay. I am. I'm not stood up. I'm not sat down. Rather, I've taken off my shoes and I'm barefoot and I'm wandering through the trees and I'm just touching every single tree that I can. I'm just sort of digging my feet in the dirt again, and just sort of. For I think the first time you guys have ever seen, I've undone my plait, and my hair is just. And it's just flat, and I'm just like relaxed as hell. Yeah. I'm just like in my own little world, just like walking around.
I start to remove my armor, actually, I must say, because I'm not going to sleep in my armor anyways.
And as Volter is removing his armor, a female warrior elf comes and sits nearby.
Hello there.
Oh,
Is that Bruno mimicking from the other side of the...
Oh yeah, Runa's like...
Bruno's behind the warrior elf, like mirroring what she's saying.
She doesn't say anything. She's just sitting and appreciating the sight.
Fair enough.
And that's like, yeah, I would too. Yeah.
I think I'm not going to notice her because until I'm done.
Dun, dun, dun.
Just remember, Rosie's seen more of him than that female elf warrior has.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have. Like, the other side.
I know what's behind the loincloth.
Okay.
And when I'm done, I'm going to ask, can I help you?
And she says, "Oh no need for help. I'm just enjoying the wine and the view." And she smiles.
Can we hear any of this?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay, Rosie chokes on her spoon.
Runo just
And then looks
turns
at Bruno
around
like...
and just like, I'm gonna enjoy this view as well.
It's only trees.
Yes, just trees. Yeah.
Wait a second. Ring a bell.
She takes a long, slow sip of her wine.
kind of creepy. Like Rosie looks at Runo like kind of creepy. Like just
Yeah, I love it.
like they're both like.
Did you also turn around?
Yeah, no, we're both sort of like
Yeah,
looking, like
he's
I wanna
eating
see
at the
where
same
this
time.
goes.
So
I still have clothes on.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
No, we know that.
we know this, but we know that. Okay.
So
Okay.
they say you are the champion of light. Is that hard?
Well, I don't know. It's not confirmed that I am. Or denied, rather. Or both, whatever.
I don't think a title would define you as a person.
Well, I never had a title, so I can't speak of that.
Of course you do. The champion of light. You're famous even among my people. We have prophecies about you.
Rosie's like at Runo, like look, like elbow.
Yeah,
Runo, oh my god! Like, this is the biggest like reaction anyone's got out of
Can
any
both
time,
see us doing
including the torturer. Like,
Well, I've never seen a prophecy fall into. I don't even know if a prophecy can be true or not. So
I think
I'm not sure if I am the one.
it's only natural to doubt a fate you've got no choice in.
One always has a choice.
Of course.
teleporter.
So will you be staying with us long? I hear we're travelling out to the western lands soon. The new lands.
Actually, I got no clue what's going about to happen next.
Well, I mean, like you say, there's always a choice. The prophecies say one thing, but I'm sure you could always just leave this land.
True. But I'm not the one who surrenders.
No, I can see that in you.
You should see a lot of scars as well.
Oh, yeah, she does. She does. That's half the reason she sat next to you. And she basically just offers you some more wine.
I accept it.
And she'll continue to make small talk with you. Sort of awkward interspecies small talk, but this will continue for as long as you'll allow it.
As long as until I'm sleepy enough to go to bed.
So, how about the rest of you?
I'm still just fucking sort of how I've been is just you wouldn't recognize me almost. Sort of my hair's down. I've got my eyes shut. I'm just like spinning around like a little hippie in like the woods and stuff. My hands are like grazing the tree trunks. And I have the biggest smile on my face because I'm just relaxed.
Yeah, Runo is also really relaxed and happy. And he was about to... Well, I thought we all could sit down and talk about tactics and what to do next, but we'll do that later. And we have sort of piped down. But yeah, yeah, after a meal, Runo is probably just gonna go and, like, pick new flowers in his hair, trim his beard, like find new mushrooms or plants, do Runo stuff, basically. Just, I'm in nature again, and just enjoy the nature and the environment and be calm for once and not being experimented on.
Can I ask what's What's Fiddle doing? Is he like sat nearby, or is he just?
He was very tired from his healing, and he's gone to bed early.
That's fair. Okay.
I'm scared. I'm so scared if we don't talk about stuff now. Adam is just gonna, here's dragons! And we're not gonna have time to exchange. Adam?
I sort of stop my nature spin and sort of come back, sort of holding my my shoes in my hand as I'm sort of walking barefoot along the ground. And I kind of sit down very quietly and gently as I can next to Rosie. And I sort of go, okay, I'm going to try my best to say this properly, because, you know, I'm trying this whole nice thing. I'm sorry about what happened, that, I don't know, I couldn't get to you guys in time, and I'm sorry for how I've been to you. It wasn't your fault what happened all that time back then, and I shouldn't have been putting it against you, and I'm sorry. But my stupid feelings aside, I just want you to know that the world may have gone to shit, yeah, but the four of us are still here. And I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, but you're not alone, yeah?
Don't
Sorry,
be
that was-
sorry. Just change it.
Pardon, sorry?
Don't be sorry, change it.
Alright, okay.
Rosie's a lot grumpy. Not grumpy now, but she's not
Yeah, no.
as open as she was. She's
No, that's fair. Just sort of, Dwell kind of, for the first time in forever, just kind of putting a fucking heart on a plate, and then, because it wasn't, in her eyes, because it wasn't so happily accepted, she's kind of gone, okay. Okay. Great.
Everyone has been through absolute hell. All we can do is move forward.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to do anything else. I just want to move forward.
Okay. Just... I've, shit, how do people say it? And I kind of try to do a thumbs up that looks fucking weak as shit. I'm just kind of going, I've got you back, yeah?
I guess so, yeah. I don't really know what's going on anymore, so...
No, that's... Yeah, no, that's understandable. Okay. Sorry, this was stupid. I'll give you some space.
And Rosie sort of gets up and then walks away just to another part of the camp where it is completely quiet.
And I'm just like, oh... And I just sort of stare into the fire like, ah, shit. Okay.
You guys all talked out?
At the moment, I think, yeah.
He's
If that means
humming.
it's going to be a dragon, then I'm very happy to start my life story.
He's humming. I don't like
Okay, but hang
Yeah,
on.
home is never good.
I still have things I want to do.
Rosie
before we-
walks back over to Dwayne, actually, and
Oh,
says,
shit.
a lot of shit has happened to everyone, and a lot of shit has happened to you, but you can fight back. You've always been able to fight back.
I know that, but it's just getting a bit hard now. It's fine.
Hard? It's hard for everyone.
Yeah, I know that, but that fucking lady said something about sacrifice? Something that I've
Yes,
got to
we-
sacrifice later?
We've all got to sacrifice something.
Yeah, I know, but I've not got much to sacrifice left, is what I'm saying.
have nothing left.
What the fuck do you think I have?
Nothing. You have more than a lot of people here. Yes, some horrible stuff has happened, but we need to be strong to get out of this.
Oh my god.
You can still pick up your weapon and fight. And then she holds out his hand. What the fuck can I do? I've got absolutely nothing, okay? This was the one thing I had left and I could do. So fight. Don't... It's like we are friends, and yes, but we need to stop this. Whatever. I don't know who I can, like... And she sort of, like, gestures over to Foden. It was like, how can I even trust him? For a start.
Are we talking about that now?
Okay, fine. And then...
No, Rosie, I didn't... fuck, okay.
It's not easy to talk, but it's something you have to do. Everyone has lost something here. I lost so much. I did not let that ruin anything else. And I don't think you should either. And then she walks off.
Alright. I'm just fucking stone solid, like staring into the fire now and just, yeah. Nodding to it.
As players, you guys okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got intense there, well done.
Acting! Alice, I love you. I'm just shouting that out, okay?
Yeah, no, likewise. I love you.
I love you.
There we go. There we go.
And no, did you even doubt that? What?
No doubt. Just you know, for the chat. For the chat.
Oh, the chat worry?
Yeah, chat, we love you.
But, you know.
Oh, we love you, chat.
So, and what about Runo? What's Runo up to since all this is going on with everyone else?
Oh, I think he hears it, but it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna interact with that. Let them have their girl talk.
Girl talk.
And he's basically doing what I described. Like he's gonna pick flowers, trim his beard.
Frolicking.
Then he's gonna go to bed. Again, if he's anything like me, he can sleep like a god.
The god of sleep.
Yeah.
So, you all head to bed?
Yes.
Try to,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm probably not going to sleep after that, but yeah.
Yeah, Runo's actually gonna try
Awesome.
to locate like Volta and sleep. Kind of where he can see Volter, just because he want to stay as a group, and he's like, yeah, Volter is a big guy, he can protect me.
On your way back to your bed, Whale, you
Oh,
pass the
hell.
young elf.
Hey! You.
Look, it was a weird time, and I don't really want to talk about it. I never wanted anything from her, but
What?
she asked me to give you this if
What do you-
if I met you in the future. I don't know.
I
She
don't-
was talking in riddles and all cryptic at the time, and he
What do you
just
mean?
thrusts the amulet at you.
No. What the hell do you mean it didn't mean anything to you?
She
Do you
kept
know what it meant to her?
forcing herself on me.
She loved you.
Robot giggles. Was
She
it just me?
she loved you.
No.
And
She
is my connection bad?
yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine.
No,
Okay.
no, it's good.
Okay.
She didn't love me. She was obsessed with me. I was injured. I went for aid. She
Okay.
basically she harassed me. I had to hide.
Okay. I'm sorry that happened. The way that she always talked about you, she really loved you. I know it seemed like obsession, but she she did a lot to try and make you love her, and obviously that's not gone to plan. So
Well,
everything is just for
anyway,
nothing, I suppose.
look, this is all discussed decades ago. Well, not decades ago, but
Sure. No. Yeah. It's whatever. Just
she
Yeah,
asked me to
and I-
give you this, the amulet.
when
And
did she ask you to do that?
the last time I saw her,
When was that?
and this you would have known when your mother went into reclusion,
Okay. Right.
and it would have been just before then. You imagine?
Okay. Cool.
Basically, she asked me if I would give you this, and then she would leave me alone, and I accepted.
Okay. When you saw her, how was she? Is she? Never mind. Just hand it over.
She looks a lot like you, to be honest. Sort of a halfling. You'll pretty much look the same to me, but she had that same sad expression on her face.
Sure. Just hand it over, please.
Yeah. Anyway, and he gives you the amulet and sort of stalks away.
Can I open up the? Is it an amulet or is it a locket? Can I?
It is an amulet.
Okay. Can I?
It is a crystal,
Okay.
and
Can I inspect it?
inside
Uh-huh.
is a thin, viscous red fluid.
Blood? Is that hers? For God's sake, I don't understand what's going on. And I sort of hesitantly sort of put it over my head and just sort of pulled it very tight to my chest. And yeah, no, I'm not sleeping tonight. I probably, instead of going to my bed, I'm probably just going to go to the nearest tree and just sort of lean against it and just stare at this amulet.
And with this distance from the Badlands, you couldn't sleep if you tried. You're back to your undead.
Oh, shit.
Dun,
Okay.
dun, dun.
So I don't feel anything anymore? Like pain?
You feel pain again, annoyingly, but you don't heal.
Is-
Your gashes remain
is
open.
my skin? Crap. Okay.
Paling, going grey.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
As the rest of you sleep, Runo, you are laying in your bed. You open your eyes, and around you the whole forest is aflame.
What have you done?
Alright. You know the conversation, Adam? You not using this against me, alright. Bring it. Okay, Runo kinda wakes up in a startle and is sort of looking around, and I guess he can only see flames.
And it's a weird sensation. It's like the forest is not on fire before you look at it, but as you turn your head, the fire follows your gaze.
He's trying to find somewhere where it's not burning. Just look around really rapidly and try to find anywhere to go.
Okay, so you begin to run?
Yeah.
You run all over the forest, bursting into fire around you. As you get further into the forest, you find yourself in that familiar glade where the direwolf first started speaking to you.
I go into the water, like the pond.
You head into the pond, and soon wolves surround you as they did once before. But the direwolf does not join this party.
Okay. Runa sort of gestures to everyone like, what is going on? Where's the dire wolf?
As you look towards one of the wolves, it shrieks and leaps back as its fur begins to singe.
Runa closes his eyes and continues to speak and just
Your eyelids start to burn.
Of course they do. Well now, I put up my hands against my eyes, like, so I can't see anything.
Your hands begin to burn.
Excellent.
In fact, you can take me 1d6 psychic damage.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
6.
Oh,
Maximum damage.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there we go. And, he's just starts to panic and look on the ground and like, what's going on? Can someone just tell me the truth?
The
What do
only
you want me to do?
thing you can see on this surface of this pond, this water, is a magnificent full moon. Larger than you've seen for a long time.
I'm not gonna look at it. Like, I'm not. I'm not gonna look at the moon. Okay, fine. I'm gonna look at the moon.
As you look at the moon, it slowly begins to turn red, like a blood moon.
Yeah, of course it does. Adam. I'm sorry. Great.
And all of a sudden, it bursts like a balloon. And instead of the moon, there is a dark silhouette in the sky of where it once was. And all the wolves around you let up a howl.
Oh.
Okay.
With the wolves around you howling, you feel the urge to change into a wolf yourself.
Follow my instincts. I turn into a wolf.
Do you join the howl?
Yeah, I just kind of think if I know about the prophecy. I re-listened to everything. I can't remember if Runo actually know. I don't think he knows the prophecy. Okay, he's gonna howl with them.
The beast cries in the black moonlight. Runo, you wake up.
Okay.
The forest
Excellent.
around you begins to burn.
Fuck! Okay, Runo, like, do I see, like, am I awake?
You only see the forest around you from your bed.
Okay. Runo, I guess he tries to put the flame out, first of all.
Everywhere you look, bursts into flames.
He yet again he tries to find somewhere that isn't burning basically, but I guess that's not gonna help. He runs towards the river, the closest river again.
You run towards the river.
Yeah.
You find the river. Slow moving still.
Okay. I jump into the river.
Mm-hmm. Around you, wolves soon circle you.
Okay, he's kind of desperate right now. He doesn't really know what to do. He's just like looking down at the water and don't wanna really look at them. And he screams, "What do you want me to do?"
In the water, you can see a brilliant full moon.
Okay.
Probably the biggest full moon you've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up on the moon.
And with this horrible feeling of deja vu, the moon bursts. And the wolves around you let up a howl. You are overcome with the urge to become a wolf yourself and join the howl.
Alright, I do it.
And you wake up.
Volta,
Yep.
you stand in a playground. One that you'll remember from long, long, long ago. And you see the young boy, the bully who you slayed later in the arena,
Yeah.
playing with a ball. Except instead of confronting you this time, he throws the ball towards you.
I threw it back.
And you begin a game of catch.
Fair enough.
Make me a perception check.
Perception. Oh yeah! That's the one.
To you,
I should really use the dice. Why did I learn?
it's just any old ball. He throws the ball a little too short. You have two options. You can either try and dive and catch it, or try to kick it.
Kick it.
Make me a strength check.
Well, let's see, but
That's good enough.
really?
Oh, he's gonna die.
Oh my god.
Oh no, man.
God, Ed.
Yep. I'm gonna start rolling dice now.
You are so bad at rolling Roll20 dice. Like,
So bad.
It's ridiculous.
You're fucking cursed.
It was Good Friday.
you kick this ball, and it flies over this boy's head. And he cries out like, "No, no, 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 no!" as the ball smashes on the ground. And as it smashes, you hear the sound of millions of tiny voices crying out.
Alderon?
Sorry?
Alderon?
Oh no, I thought you said orphans.
No.
Love in Alderaan places.
I thought you said orphans.
So dark.
Those orphans.
You wake up.
Yep.
Fodel is gone.
Uh-huh.
All of you wake up. Fodel is gone.
Okay.
And the moon is gone.
The moon is gone.
So it's super dark.
Oh, fucking hell. We can't see, it's pitch black. There's no way we can see.
Sorry,
Your guys
Is there
have
a
already
fire?
become accustomed to the light like this because since the sun was gone, there was nothing to reflect off the moon anyway.
Yeah, but...
This is why I wanted to talk. Runa didn't know about the prophecy.
As you all sit in the black moonlight, hearing wolves cry around you.
Oh, fuck this. Don't you do it. Don't
And
do it.
Fodel is gone.
Rosie wakes up. I'm assuming she notices Fodel is gone. She wanders over to... Are there any elves still awake?
Quite a few have awoken at the disappearance of the moon and this howl, which is now getting quite loud.
Okay, well, can they go? Did you see where the other elf went? The one who was with us. Where did he go?
The other elf? Sorry?
Half elf.
Half elf. Is he half
Oh.
elf? I mean Fodel, basically.
I don't... This person just sort of is staring agape. No, I don't know, sorry. And they're staring up at the sky, wondering what on earth this pertains.
Yeah, Runa also he's super confused about Fodel. It's like, Fodel is gone, the moon is gone, Fodel is
Everything
gone,
is gone.
the moon is gone. And just like,
Can Rosie run over to the others and be like, the moon is gone. You can't just... What? Like, the moon is gone.
The
Well,
moon just can't be
oh
gone.
gosh, I can't. Wait,
Can
I wrote
I-
down the name.
Well,
We need to talk to Wendy. And
I was gonna say, she knows some crazy
Thank you for
stuff.
that one,
We need-
Isriva. You've still got one in the bag.
can I ask a question? Very quick.
Mhm.
Because I haven't been sleeping, what the hell have I been seeing?
You literally just saw the moon glow brighter than it had ever been. Like, it was entirely illuminating the sky.
And
And
I
then-
didn't see Fodel disappear?
All of a sudden, it burst in that classic sci-fi boom pow, and you were so taken with looking at this sight that when you looked
Okay.
round, you were surprised to see Fodel as gone as anyone else.
Shit.
Runa runs to Wendy. Was it?
Wendy is organising people.
Wendy?
Not now, darling. We've got things to organise now. Come on, pack up them bags.
No,
we have to get on the
no,
ships as quickly as we
you
can.
You told me, take your time. I'm gonna take my time. I'm sick and tired of doing stupid decisions because do not get enough information.
I can understand that. Yes.
I'm being very polite and very calm right now.
And
Why is the moon gone?
Now, your kindness and your politeness are very much appreciated. I don't know why the moon's gone. It would seem that some occult spirits have been playing around in the moonlight.
It wouldn't happen to be any wolves doing?
Well, certainly the pack hasn't gathered tonight, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, yeah.
Let's head out as
Okay,
well.
okay. Okay, where are we going? Why are we leaving?
We? Oh, no, we can't take you where we're going. We're going to the Elven Isles. We were going to head west, but no. We're going to retreat back to the old lands.
Rosie
Okay,
runs up and is
why?
like, Bruno, what is happening?
The moon is gone. I'm trying to figure it out.
The moon is gone.
Alright, okay. Why are you guys leaving?
And she just beckons you to come over into her hut. And she pulls out an ornate, thin chest and opens it up and pulls out an old piece of parchment. And she says, that little foretelling you saw me perform earlier tonight, this was one of my first foretellings.
Is it good?
And it is in Elvish, so you can't read it unless you understand Elvish. But she says, the day, the night, the moon is gone. The elves must leave. And leave behind. The champions are on their own.
Okay. Why? Who wrote that?
It's a power none understand, but often these foretellings come true. Now, darling, I'm sure you're very stressed, but I need to tend to 2 of your friends before we leave. We've got a tight schedule now, and I need to see to the other 2 halflings.
Do you know where Fodel went?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I've come barreling into her hut. I'm fucking wild, wide-eyed, like, okay.
Good. There you are. Now take a seat. We'll have to wait for your
What?
other friend.
No.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
with Bruno.
No, I'm not taking
Oh,
any
you're with her.
Hmm.
Excellent. You're both here. Well done. Now, and she pulls off that book that you recognise with the occult symbols.
Right, okay.
Come along. Come outside.
That's the least of my concerns right now, but fine, whatever.
She takes a piece of chalk and draws on the floor. And she says, okay, pass me... what was your animal, a bear?
How do you... Yes. And I sort of offer, because now I've got 2 necklaces, I've got Bramble's claw and my mother's amulet, and I move the amulet out of the way and... You need this or something?
Yes, pass me the claws.
And I sort of... It's with so much reluctance that I take this off and I hold it really close, very tightly, and I sort of slowly drop it into her hand.
Perfect. Now then, and she draws this occult symbol on the floor, the symbol matching the front cover of the book, no less. And she turns to a page and says, now then, repeat after me.
Right?
Yeah, you're going to repeat this back. We're going to do this once we start the ritual.
Okay.
In strange aeons, even death may die.
In strange aeons, even death may die.
I bind this soul.
I bind this soul.
Now, can you repeat it back?
Shit. In strange aeons, though death may die, I bind this soul.
Even death may die.
Okay. In
And,
strange aeons, even death may die, I bind this soul.
And now, Rosie.
Yes. She steps forward like, like
I bind this soul.
What is this doing?
We don't have time for a full explanation. I bind this soul.
I bind this soul.
To protect and to hold.
To protect and to hold.
Now say it back.
I bind this soul to protect and behold.
And now, you, Dwale.
In strange aeons, even death may die, I bind this soul.
Rosie.
I've forgotten it. Sorry, I'm really bad with words at the moment.
Come on.
You have to blame the sickness.
I bind this soul
I bind this soul
to protect and to hold.
to protect and to hold.
Right, now, this time we'll do it again, but I'd like you to say, I bind this soul together. Go.
I bind this.
this
No,
soul.
hold on, Rosie.
What?
Okay. I need to. I sort of turned. I've got a bit first. Okay, I'll signal you. Okay. In strange aeons, even death may die. I bind this soul.
Soul to protect and behold.
And to hold.
To hold. Sorry, that's cold. That's genuine cold.
Excellent, right, perfect. Now we're going to begin the ritual. When the flames start burning green, you need to say that incantation and then slice your hands so that a little bit of blood drops onto the fires.
Hell no. What is happening?
Oh my god, this is.
Please, I have done well by you so far. I do not have time to mess around. Trust me.
This is exactly what happened before. What the fuck is going to happen? Okay.
And
Give me a knife.
She passes you a knife.
Okay.
And she, like, Rosie's like, to Dwayne, pass me your hand. Like, she slices.
Ow.
Rosie slices her own hand first and then goes on to Dwayne and then literally just throws the knife aside.
Okay. She lights the flame under this small goblet, and you can see some small, like, newt or something burning in this goblet. And the flames gradually burn red, orange, green.
In
Go.
strange aeons, even death may die. I bind this soul.
soul to protect and be held. To hold. I really feel shit. I'm sorry.
And as your blood drops into the flames wink out.
That's a lot of blood.
Well,
And
now what?
Slowly, a silhouette begins to appear in front of you. Bramble nuzzles Dwayle's arm,
Gonna happen.
but goes and sits next to Rosie, her new master.
Right.
Oh my god. This isn't.
Rosie's just like,
This isn't
there's a
happening.
bear here. Like,
This isn't happening. This is. No. Oh my god. It's. And I run over. My eyes are welling with tears, and I run over and I hug him so tightly to me.
Rosie's still utterly confused. There is a bear here. Like,
Bruno is like, that's me!
I'm like, Bruno, is this one of your tricks or
I'm
something?
just holding him so tightly. Don't you dare.
He's back.
Photo?
Fodal's not back.
Bramble.
Bramble's back.
Oh my god.
Oh, Ellie, remember the great sacrifice.
That is it.
Oh my god.
Rosie's like looking at Wendy like, okay, what? Like, still, what? 'Cause
Yes,
this has
yes.
no comprehension.
I understand. Your friend here, who clearly recognizes the bear, will explain everything about the bear. You, however, as a ranger in these forests, must protect it. Only you could bind this soul. Unfortunately,
Okay.
she looks towards Dwayne. It's not the sort of thing a barbarian can manage.
I don't care. He's back, and oh my god.
Oh,
And
good. Now,
this is-
darling, don't cry. Here's a sweetie.
Shut up! You're fucking sweet. And I stand up and I look Rosie in the eye and say, Rosie, okay, look, I know we've not seen eye to eye on shit, and I know things have been awful, but please just keep him safe, please.
Of course I will.
Hey, sorry.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. Everything's been a bit crazy right now, and I just go and back to hug Bramble so fucking tightly.
So do I have a bear now? Like, that's Rosie, honestly, looking at Wendy like...
Wendy has walked away to start preparing things to leave.
Oh,
however,
hey! Wendy!
nearby, Lorenia is standing. She looks like she's chewing a wasp.
What?
I'm guessing I've got like a little bit of a friendship with this person now.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of run over and I'm like, are you going as well?
And she looks at you for the longest time.
What is it?
We can't just run from our problems. I don't care what the prophecies say.
You're right. You can't just like. That's what gets people in these sort of situations.
Yeah, you're right.
Stay with us.
Champions keep fighting when they lose.
That's what you said.
I don't think we'll have time to finish that glove. We're going to have to leave the forests. The safety out here is in numbers.
Why
What
why
do I do?
we have to leave?
The safety out here is in numbers. If we stay in
No,
the
no, no.
forest,
What do I do? I'm useless without it.
we'll bring the work in progress. We'll see if we can complete it on the way.
What can I do in the meantime? What do I do? Do I just lash it to my arm? Lash it to my arm.
Maybe that might work. We'll see. Don't worry. We'll sort something out.
So am I coming with you?
Well, since you four are the champions of light, it looks like I'm coming with you.
You're coming as well. Okay. Have you told the others?
She looks back, and Wendy sort of like holds her gaze for a second, and she says, "No, I think they know."
Okay. Thank you.
What
She
about
wanders.
Fodel?
He's a fool to go off on his own. We can try and track him if you like.
He's a fool, isn't he? Yeah, I would like that.
I'll say Rosie looks over to like Runo and Dwell, as in like, do you want to track him? Like, not in a negative way. Like she's saying, do you want to?
Look, and I sort of stand up from the bear and sort of face them both and say, I know you don't entirely trust him, and I don't blame you. So, if you don't want to, then that's okay. But I want to look for him, but I can go and do it on my own. I don't want to distract you guys from whatever you want
The
to do.
last thing we need to do is split.
No, it's not the time to
Look
split
for
up.
him. We all look for him.
Okay. But I'll say this now, if he's done something again, then that's it. You know, I'm not... It's
If
fine.
he's done something again, I will take care of him myself. And then Rosie sort of turns in, it's like, we need to get tracking and moving now, from the sounds of it.
Oh, by the way, elf person, I can turn into a wolf, and I turn into a wolf and start to track him. Runa has learned that I should probably prepare people.
Yes, because the reactions beforehand have not gone so well.
And as you change into a wolf, you look back to the rest of your pack, I suppose you think of them in this form, as Lorenia also changes into a wolf and helps you track.
Okay, cool.
So you head over to where Fodor was sleeping, and you can see crumbs and tobacco.
I am ready to roll.
As he has been moving away. Could you make me a survival check, please?
Survival. Do I have advantage?
No.
No. Natural 20!
Perfect.
Plus 7!
So
Runa is like...
Lorenia expects to lead you, but soon steps back when she sees how keenly you can follow the scent of his pipe smoke and the crumbs that he's left on the floor. Even in this pitch blackness, you follow more your nose than your eyes. And you come to a tree where there is a slight impression on the ground where Fodal, it would look to your currently lichen eyes that he sat there for a good while, and next to him you can see a small heap of ash where he was emptying his pipe. And
Okay.
Go ahead, investigate.
I guess everyone can do that.
Can we? Are we investigating?
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as you're following the wolves, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Might be slightly behind us.
Hey!
15.
You want to?
Oh, what was yours, Ed? Sorry?
15.
15. So, Dwayne, as you walk up to the tree looking at this impression, you hit your head on a low-hanging branch, but it's not a branch, it's more like a twig. And it makes a weird twang sound.
Okay. Can I hit it again and try and pull on it?
As you pull on it, it comes free of the tree. This is an arrow. Barbed. And in the darkness, you can just about see black feathers.
Feathers?
On the end of the arrow.
Oh, okay.
Dark fletchings.
Oh my
The
God,
sort
they've
used
taken
by the Dark Army.
Any sort of struggle somewhere, or
Any blood or kind
footprints?
Do any of us see Dwayne finding this?
I don't know.
I sort of turn around and I think they've got him.
And with
Rosie
your...
walks over-
Sorry.
Sorry, Karen.
No, go.
No. The Rosie walks over and literally just takes the arrow and looks. It. There is no. Is there like blood or anything on the arrow?
Not on... No.
And nothing around. So
Well, with your 27... With your nat 20 hunting check, you can see the light footsteps as Fodal has gone into the sort of lightest crouch he can and made his way away from the encampment. You probably wouldn't have noticed this
Okay. Yeah.
otherwise, but with your heightened senses in this wolf form, you can see where his tracks head a little way further deeper into the forest, and then you smell your first spots of blood.
I sort of like, try to gestures towards the light, stamping on the ground and sort of look back and forth and like, here.
Yeah, I'm sort of running straight after them.
Okay.
Rosie puts the arrow, the barbed arrow in her her
Sure.
quiver.
Mhm.
Takes it.
You will find several more arrows as you get to this bloodied site, and there are blood stains on the grass and leaves, and you can see... We'll carry on with that high survival check, where a weight has been dragged to the north out of the forest.
Okay.
Um,
Rosie puts like a hand on Dwayne's shoulder and says, "They've taken him. He's not dead, and they haven't left him." If any,
And I... Oh,
this
sorry,
is a
go on.
good sign.
And I sort of... My expression morphs from extremely fucking worried to sort of steely. And I sort of, like, take hold of my maul and I go... then I'm fucking getting him back. If he's not dead.
It might be to the fact he stuck to deity. So they got taken again.
And all of you can make me a perception check.
Swear to God, if Steve jumps out. Scene.
Damn it! Didn't one of us get a nat 20 earlier for Miserable? Or is that already used?
Runo has a nat 20 she's not used yet.
9. Yeah, 2.
Well, sorry, what was the rolling again?
Perception.
Perception. Oh, nat 20 is so nice, but alright. It's almost end of the session anyway. Okay, I'm gonna use my natural 20 on my perception then. Thank you very much.
You will see small sparks to the north. And then a small trail of smoke. As suddenly the whole forest lights up.
Okay.
And dark ash starts to fall from the sky.
I turn into a tiefling again.
We need to run.
Oh no.
And standing at the edge of the forest amidst the fire is the figure you'll recognize from the escutcheon clan. A large lava golem stands at the edge of the forest. And that's where we're going to wrap up this week's session.
Damn, son.
So we got lots of good role playing this week. That was fun, right?
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it.
Guys. So
Allie's broken.
how about we go back round in the reverse order that we went through last time? So Ambly, how did you find that little session?
It was a roller coaster, to say the least. It was really heavy on some part and super light on other parts. But I really do enjoy the heavy role playing where we just have time to talk and actually role play and not just roll and fight and do the mechanics. So that was really, really nice. Yeah, it was really heavy on some parts, and I'm still kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say. That was me. I'm like, I'm drained. I'm really drained.
I'll post your links in chat there, guys. Check out Ambly's. She does all the artwork. She does the map that you can see in the background, and
So
in the
good.
Art Ambly, in the art, not the Art Ambly, in the Dead Mountain Art channel in Discord. You'll also find a lot of her artwork in there, amongst others. Alice.
Yeah, I won't lie, I'm not going to talk for long because my throat is up.
Of course. Just a quick summary. How are you feeling?
It's fine.
I feel very good. I really enjoyed that. I liked having a bit more role play and a bit more, going for going for everything. So, yeah, I'm going to let someone else talk. Sorry.
That's fine. Thank you for chiming in, darling.
Don't die.
And Ed.
Yeah. This might be the best episode so far.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon. Due to the fact it wasn't that much sham, it was more role playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured you guys needed a bit of that.
You too, I guess.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, dude.
Yes. Next week I will do my noise, hopefully.
Yeah, I was listening for it, but
Yeah.
we can I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Voice lessons during the week.
Yeah. I know a good warm up actually, and so does Ali. Speaking of Ali, hey Ali.
Hi. Hi.
Want to talk?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I feel pretty piss poor because I say every single week that I love these sessions, and I generally do. As Amber said, I love the role playing element of this, and the whole the sort of argument, I want to say in abbreviated quotes, between Joel and Rosie. I loved. My heart is in fucking pieces because I feel like I was the only fucking one that didn't realise Bramble was coming back. These fucking three are sat here like, I knew it's coming back, and I'm here like, alright, okay. so that's fucking crazy. The whole thing about my mother, I love her that didn't actually love her because I thought, it was heavy and it was emotional and I loved every second of it.
Good. Guys, that's me as well. I love torturing these guys every week. It's the best feeling in the world. You can find me here. You can find me on YouTube. I see Ed's already posted my links in chat. So
Yeah.
if you want to catch up on the previous episodes, they're all up on YouTube. This one will be going up later on this week. Now, I know Encounter Roleplay aren't live tonight, so let's have a look for someone else to raid. If anyone has any recommendations on raiding, I'd be open to those as well. Oh, hang on. So, I'll give you a choice or two. We've got Madam Gandalf. She's a D&D streamer. Let's go over there. Never mind the choice. Sod your choice.
I think that's the theme of this D&D, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sod your choice, I do what I fucking want. Alright.
So many times we try to say Fodal, and each and every time Adam is like, haha, no you don't! It's going down!
I think you guys quite liked the Wendy though, didn't you? You liked her.
I loved Wendy. She gave me sweet.
Wendy for fucking president. I loved her.
I love Wendy just because
I love Wendy.
the blind fact Bruno so hard. I love it.
She sassed Whale to the point of fucking silence. I don't think anyone's done that before. I was so happy. Oh.
Oh yeah, I think that was the sickest burn through the entire campaign.
I loved it so much. I'm so glad she got taken down a peg. Oh my god.
Well, you know, someone had to say it.
I know, thank you.
I'm joking. But yeah, okay guys, let's head over to Madam Gandalf's channel. Thanks very much for keeping us company, guys, tonight. Thanks for, listening to my prophecies and my ramblings. Thank you very much for all the donations and bits and hosts. You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
And thanks for the views and thanks for the lurks, you guys. That's what it's all about. Just sticking together as a community and evoking them emotions. We'll catch you later, guys. See ya. Bye.
Bye-bye.